Your wish has been granted.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Eternal Dragon TCGs. This is the People's Champion riding solo today to bring you a brand new deck profile. You have seen me use this before in the past. This is Zamasu. This is one of my personal favorites that I've ever used. And I thought maybe some of you guys might like to see the list that I was running that last gameplay that you did see us play it with. And I could just talk a little bit about this deck because I think this deck is a lot better than people give it credit for. It is probably a little bit past its prime as far as, abilities go. But, I really like this deck, so let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So, on the front side, you're Zamasu. When the card attacks, you add up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from the deck or life in hand, and you shuffle it. You awaken when you get 7 Dragon Balls in your drop. You draw a card, send them all to the bottom of your deck, and then you flip over. And then, of course, your awakened side, you could activate main, so you don't have to swing this time. You could choose to draw a card. You could choose to add up to 1 Dragon Ball from your deck or to your hand. And then, of course, you can remove 7 Dragon Balls cards in your drop area for the game. If you do, play up to 1 Zamasu with the energy cost of 2 or less and indestructible from your warp, and the card gains triple attack for the turn. This is sort of supposed to be the original deck's finisher. It was alright back in the day. It was alright. Some people still say that this is still better than the Z leader. I would argue differently, but that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that a little bit. So starting off, you get your Dragon Balls. You got the Dragon Ball regular and then the Coercion. Dragon Ball, I believe we need more of than the Coercion, because Dragon Ball is just a straight draw one. Everybody knows what Dragon Balls do. Coercion is the other Dragon Ball on this list. What you do is you pitch a God card from your hand to your warp, and then you're able to draw 2. This sets up for different plays later, but you just don't want to use too many of these because you don't want to keep sending your God cards to the warp. So I run a 4-3 split of regular to Coercions. So starting off, we have the Unison Rumshi. This basically just allows us to find our Dragon Balls faster, and of course it also has a +0 on it to be able to play a Gowasu card from with an energy cost of 1 from our deck, and then shuffle your deck. And then of course it has an Empower ability, so I play 4 of these so that if I do end up playing another one out, in case I wanted to search more Dragon Balls or get the abilities out more faster, because you do want to filter and get it awakened as fast as you can. Ultimately, you could probably awaken turn 2 with this, but you empower yellow 2 and you'll go up to 4 markers. It should be really easy to do, especially with the +2 on this Unison. If this card has 4 or more markers, when this card is played, you draw a card, and then you choose all your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them. So it's basically a board wipe. It'd be better if it ignored barrier, but it doesn't. Then we have our 1-drop Gowasu, and then we will flip this card over. Now we have the 1-drop Gowasu. We only play 2 of these because, other than just a top check for God cards, so you're able to look at the top 3, grab any God card from among them to your hand, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. Other than that, you don't really use it that often. You just kind of want to have it enough to where you could +0 it out, because you never really want to play it out for the 1 unless you're desperate to find another God. Otherwise, it becomes a coercion target, but you're really hoping to pull that off with a free +0 off of it. Then, of course, you saw the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Future on the Line, I think it's called. Future on the Line. So people have seen this card. So it's treated as blue. So in the battle area, I believe it's treated as blue. I think it's just battle area since it doesn't specify. Someone can correct me down in the comments. If your leader card is yellow, when this card is played, you choose up to one of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch to rest mode. This ability is broken because it allows you to choose energy, not battle cards, not just battle cards, not just unisons, not just energy cards like on the field. This can also hit your energy, and that's almost always going to be your target for when you're playing this card out. So you have an activate main, pay 1, send this card from your owner's warp to its owner's warp, and you draw a card, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and rest mode and KO it. So it pops for free, you draw a card to replace it when you send it to your warp, and then you have the activate battle, which is pay 2 if you have 2 or more blue and or yellow cards in your battle area and or combo area. Play this card from your hand or warp. So this is sort of that pain in the ass battle trick. You're swinging for a game, or you're swinging for just to cause disruption. You pay 2 for it, play it out from the warp. It becomes a body that you could use to swing with. Also, when it's played, you were able to rest 1 on their energy, so stopping their stopping their plays offensively or hindering their defense defensively. So if they have 1 energy up or 2 energy up for, a counter play, counter attack, you're able to stop that. Really like that card. Next up, we have the bread and butter, Zamasu self-supported. So this is just a card that you often send with coercion. So you can draw your 2, and then you just pay 1 to get it back to your hand. So that way you're always kind of keeping your hand size up. It does have an activate battle, where if you have a Goku Black and this card in your combo area, you could send both of them to draw a card. So then again, you could set up other plays later on. But of course, you're using the draw card, you're using the combo for your 5 drops later, and of course, setting up for coercion. So then we have the Zamasu Sacred Disbelief. This is just one of the super combos that we use that helps fulfill a lot of the conditions for a lot of the larger fused Zamasus that we need later. Of course, and that's dual color, and then of course it allows you to rest leader cards, battle cards, and be able to disrupt their offense. Defensive super combo. I play 3 of those, and then we have the Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Mortals Begone. It's a double striker. We all know what this does. If you have 3 or more Z energy, play this card out. And of course, you bottom deck a 4-drop, and it's a 20k double striker. It's just great aggression. Play 3 of those. This could also fulfill like comboing requirements. A lot of this deck revolves around comboing. It's not, and it's sort of like Arrival, but it's not the Arrival keyword. So it's really weird to play around. Then we have Zamasu the Eliminator, great counterplay. Also can potentially be fulfilled for check land energy. I mean, I still wish it hit unisons, but they had to get it nuked. And of course, if you actually do use it for the counterplay, you return the 4. It's a 4 or less battle card. Return it to the hand, and of course, when it's played, draw a card. Then you choose an opponent's battle card already on the field. Switch it to rest mode. So it's great disruption. Play 2 of those, and then we have the 5 drops. This is sort of where your deck starts to operate. So this is energy exhaust, unique, indestructible, blocker, Aegis. Aegis is great. So it has a once per turn ability. When you activate Aegis, choose up to one of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch to rest mode. So again, this is allowing you to rest energy. So I almost exclusively use this to rest my opponent's energy, because that just takes away actions that they can do, disrupts their turn completely, because Aegis is a defensive keyword, and of course you get your 2 energy back. Activate battle, pay a blue and a yellow if your leader is Zamasu or Goku Black. So either side of this card. And there's at least 1 Zamasu card and 1 Goku Black card in your combo area. Play this card from your hand. So basically what you ideally want to do, in my opinion, is you want to have self-supported and future on the line. These 2 right here, combo those 2. Then you want to play this with on turn 2 with a blue and a yellow. And of course, you send these to the warp. You draw a card off of self-supported, and then you have your Aegis on the activated, and then you can start doing things defensively. Next card up is we have our 9-drop Fuse Zamasu, Exterminating Force. This card you'll play maybe once, but it's almost exclusively a check land, because if your leader card is Zamasu or Goku Black, you negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. But if you do get it out, it is a big beefy boy of a 35k double strike, indestructible blocker. So if you're trying to push for game with this card, you have double strike, and it just starts off at a base 35k. It is a bastard, and it has Aegis. So when you activate this card's Aegis skill, draw a card, switch it back to active mode, then choose up to one of your opponent's cards, switch the rest of it. So again, disrupting energy. You can make it basically a dual attacker, and you could swing double strike 1 more. Or if you're trying to be defensive, you could swing once, restand it on your opponent's turn or let me correct myself. I just read that wrong. Read that correctly, because I keep forgetting Aegis is defensive. So you swing with it once. Your opponent will probably think that you don't have. They'll forget often that this has blocker, because there's so many keywords on it. So defensively, your opponent swings on you. You activate Aegis, restand 2 energy, draw a card, and then you restand this card, and then you switch one of their energy to rest mode. So then you have a big ass blocker that can't die. You just stopped one of their actions from being able to be done because you rested energy, and you +1 off of it. So fantastic card. It's just really kind of hard to get out until the later game, because you need 4 energy to play it out. So a blue, yellow, and 2 generic, and so it becomes difficult to play. There's sometimes you don't know if it's worth playing out at the time because you have better plays in the game at the time, but you'll at least ideally play this card once. If you can get this on the board, you're probably winning this game. Next up, we find out here that we have a tri-color build. So I built this yellow, blue, and green. So this is the 7-drop yellow, green Fuse Zamasu Divine Tenacity. This has Energy Exhaust, Double Strike, Indestructible. You could EX evolve it for a green, a yellow, and 1 over a Zamasu with an energy cost of 5. So you could target the 5-drop before, or another 5-drop we have in this list. But the great thing is this is also another dual energy, because if our leader is Zamasu or Goku Black, you negate its energy exhaust. When this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring energy costs of 7 or less. When this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 7 or less, ignoring barrier, negate the skill of those cards, and KO. So this gets around Indestructible, this gets around all of the things that could protect them from being KO'd, because it negates the skills of the cards and the board wipes them all as long as it's 7 or less. Fantastic card. You're more likely to play this out for aggression, as well as it's easier to play than the 9-drop here, because of course it's just a lot easier to pay 3 than to pay 4. So this is easier to get, but you're more likely going to charge it. So we play these as 2 because we only have so much deck space. It's primarily a blue-yellow build with a splash of green, and this allows for that. So you want to charge one of these. You want to try to play one of these, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Next up, we also have a 5-drop green-yellow Fuse Zamasu, building a Utopia, Energy Exhaust, Indestructible. This is our other green-yellow check land. So this is why you only need to play 2 and 2 of these, so you will almost always have a green energy. Limit 1, when this card attacks, draw 1 card and choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So Battlefield Disruption, activate battle. For a green and generic, if your leader is a green or yellow, and you have a total of 2 or more green and or yellow cards in your combo area, play this card from your hand and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 6 or less and KO it. So this is the other 5-drop that we would play if we have these comboed, or one of these comboed, as long as we have ideally, again, you want these 2 combos. You can't do it with this one because it's blue, so you want it to be yellow or green. You're not ever going to be comboing green, so you could combo anything yellow, so Guasu, Goku Black, Zamasu, but ideally you're going to want to have these. So what you can do, ideally, on turn 2, what you want to do is you'll have one of these charged, something else charged, ideally a yellow. Ideally, actually, no, you'll have this charged and hopefully one of these charged. And so turn 2, you pass with 2 energy up. So then what you would do is you would combo Zamasu and Goku Black. Then you would pay the blue and the yellow to play out the 5-drop here. And then this is out on the field. And then what you could do is you can activate Aegis. You activate Aegis, restand the 2 energy that you have. And, of course, rest one of their energy, your opponent's energy, so they can't do anything. And then you could, while these are still in the combo, you can activate battle to pay the green energy and the generic to play out this 5-drop. So then you could blow up something on their board, not the entire board, but just pop a battle card, draw a card. So you have 2 5-drops on field, one for defense and one for offense. And I think that's where this deck was originally lacking, was the offense, because you wanted to be able to have the 5-drops out and you wanted to push damage, but you needed to have them up for defense. So you often left the 5-drop up and you kind of played this very long stall game. But I think adding the green cards allows for a certain level of aggression. So next up, we have the mono green 5-drop Fuse Zamasu. This card is really great because it allows you to charge Z energy, which is one thing that this deck doesn't do a great job at, because this was made during a time where Z energy wasn't a thing. You're never Union Pataraing this. You're always going to do the activate main. If your leader is a green or a god card, so this is a god card, and you have 3 or more energy, so this is a turn 3 play, and you choose 2 god cards in your drop, so you want to combo, so you have to decide when you want to activate the Zamasu self-supported to send it to the warp or not. But so this is sort of a slow burn card to play. It is tough to play out, but once you get it out, it's really good. You place all the cards chosen. If you choose 2 god cards in your drop, play this card from your hand, place all the cards chosen with the skill on this card, and your opponent discards one card from your hand. So it's just cheeky little hand destruction. And then you activate main, adding one card from under this card to your Z energy. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO. This is not once per turn, so you can just pop 2 cards and then add 2 Z energy. So this adds Z energy for later if you're not naturally getting it from the combo. You can do that with cards like this or the super combo, but you're not often charging a whole heck of a lot of Z energy with this. So next up we have Release from Evil. We are playing in Unison, and this is a fantastic card, just kind of defensively. Blanka Leader, Blanka Boss battle card, that's a bastard, so, and it ignores Barrier, I believe. Ignores Barrier. It's free. So Release from Evil, everybody knows what Release from Evil does. And then Prideful Transformation, again, free battle card blocker, counterplay, rest battle card playing in. Mecha Freeze, Robotic Riposte, because we do have these coercions. You send them to drop, this becomes online very, very, very quickly. And of course, it's a great Floodgate when you get it out. Flying Nimbus, extra card battle, Floodgate, great card, don't need to explain it. Frieza Army Reinforcements for the another free negate, gets you a blocker out. And Time Magic to stop those pesky dual attackers, and Sparking for free. So we're trying to make all of our energy work for us. And of course, SCR, we have Picklehan. This is our 3rd super combo. A lot of the time your opponent will definitely have the 5 energy or not say energy, 5 rested cards, whether it be energy battle cards, whatever. When you're ready to play this, you'll be able to play it out. So this is the main deck. If you guys have any questions about it, please let me know in the down below. We'll get into the Z deck. So we have the Z leader here. I think this Z leader is better than people give it credit for. It does suck that it is not a 20k base, but for what it does, I think it's probably fine. Pay 1 if your life is at 4 or less, and you send 1 Zamasu card and 1 Goku Black card from your Z energy to your Warp, Yellow, Sun Goku Black. So this is for your backside. So this is where it kind of gets tough, where you got to decide when you want to send your Zamasu or Goku Blacks to the drop, or to Z energy or to the Warp, because you have to balance this out. But since you're Z Awakening later on, you're only probably ever Z Awakening when you want to go for game. So you should be able to set this up fairly easy. When this card attacks, draw a card. So when you use your ultimate on your Awakened Leader, it doesn't become a dead card. So when you awaken, you draw a card, and then of course activate battle once per turn. Place up to 2 non-super common Zamasu and or Goku Black cards from your drop to the bottom of your deck in any order. This prevents you from milling out. And also allows you to get 5k and double strike for the battle, and then you choose up to one of your Zamasu cards to switch it to active mode at the end of the turn. So this sets you up for defense, but again, you're really playing this for finisher if you're trying to win the game, obviously with your battle card and swings and all that, and of course double strike for the game. Then we have Oolong. Greed is good. Everybody knows what Oolong does. Just kind of becomes a bastard of a card if they're not expecting it. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Terrifying Agent of Destruction. Dual attack. Crit. Great card. Super Saiyan 3 Broly Tyrant. Because we have green energy, we can play this out. And of course, it is, you are able to clear, board, but you have... You are able to clear a board, and of course you're able to get a 25k double strike. Excuse me, running out of mouth, getting a little dry. And of course we have our Z extra, Goku's Kamehameha, standard. And then we have Haze, again standard, rest card. Then we have the Super Saiyan Son Goku Kaioken Unleashed. This card is really good in this deck because it has Empower 2, and it goes over Rumshi. It could save you defensively. It's also another board wipe when you play it. And then, of course, it's +0 to negate the skills of anything attacking, or excuse me, a battle card attacking. So if you have triple strikers, quadruple strikers, whatever strikers coming at you, crit, whatever, you're able to negate those. And, of course, you can activate battle. This card gets +10k and double strikes. So, again, you're coming in with double strikes, putting pressure on your opponent. This deck really needed some aggression, and I think this list allows it to get a little bit more aggressive. And of course, we have Beerus, Area Annihilator for more board clearing, more swings. That's it for the Z deck. And of course, we have our side deck. Side deck, we have Son Goku, Forever in Our Memories. I sided this primarily for like Warp Vegeta. It does kind of fuck with our deck too because it hits 5 or less, because the effects on the unison itself, the plus and minus, does not matter. What we're looking at is the permanent. If your leader card is yellow, all of your battle cards and your opponent's battle cards with original energy cost of 5 or less have their skills negated. And all of your battle cards with energy cost of 1 get plus 5k power. So if we have one drops out, if we do want to play it, they get bumped up. But really, we're just looking at the skill negation. That disrupts really a lot of decks in their gameplays early on. It is a 3-drop, so you're playing it mid-ish game. But it kind of, stops like decks like Warp Vegeta because of all their cards are mostly 5 or lesses, and makes them blank 20k singles. I'm not entirely sure if it stops on plays, but I think it does because it's a permanent. So I like this card. It does slow the game down to a crawl because you're playing a skill drain deck at that point, but it allows you to eventually evolve into the larger 9-drops and 7-drops to be able to do actual things on your turn and apply pressure where they can't. Chi-Chi Melee Monarch, Blue Hate, Mutaitu, Skilla Sage, great counterplay for boss monsters and stuff like that. Super Saiyan Trunks counter, I believe this is anti-green. Yeah, anti-green, stops your unisons from markers from getting removed, and cards, and of course hand destruction for yellow. So this is just for green. And then the Forbidden Power to floodgate more aggression for the more aggressive matchups. It is what it is. And of course we have Zamasu counter. Now this card I'm not entirely sold on, but I like the idea of it because even though for us it will cost 4, but this deck's biggest weakness is red. And so because it is indestructible, a lot of the cards are indestructible, and the only thing that can kill them is minusing in through effects, and red is the king at that. So I thought I might try this out. I haven't got to use it yet because I just haven't had the opportunity, but it seems like on paper that it might be a decent idea. You could stall the game out a little bit, stop from playing your indestructibles out, whatever, because I can't play it for one because my leader's not blue. But the other benefit is that it is a Zamasu that I can combo to be able to get to 5 drops out. It doesn't have an indestructible, which is fine, but if I were to get it out as a 25k swinger, you can combo it, you can Z-charge it. It's just an interesting tech choice. We'll see how it goes, but that is the list, everyone. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. This was a little bit more difficult because I don't have my pals with me to bounce ideas off of, but this is my Wish Masu list. If you guys liked it, leave a like and make sure to comment if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you already haven't. That being said, my name is Brent, and I am the People's Champion, and this is Eternal Dragon TCGs signing off. Peace.